I observed at a kindergarten classroom at West Shore Elementary School in South Tampa and a second grade classroom at Troutnell Elementary School in Plant City. Both schools were hosting a summer reading camp for students who are struggling or who just need a little extra help with their reading and writing skills. I'm so glad that I was able to observe at these two schools in particular because I was able to witness two completely different climates. West Shore Elementary sat right on West Shore Boulevard near downtown Tampa and was certainly a city school. Troutnell, on the other hand, fit right into the humble country town of Plant City, Florida. Not only were the outside environments of the two schools completely different, but the overall learning environments of the two schools were completely different as well. Although West Shore Elementary School did provide an open and inviting environment for all students, they did not go above and beyond to embrace diversity. In fact, I noticed that the school was colorblind. However, at Troutnell Elementary, I observed a classroom that truly represented multicultural education as a philosophy. Every single lesson plan reflected diversity amongst the school and classroom and invited students to openly share their thoughts and opinions. While I was observing at these schools, I had the topic of multicultural education in the back of my mind. I completed most of my observations at West Shore Elementary School, where I constantly kept an eye out for signs of multicultural education, but unfortunately did not find much. I do not feel that the school was at all discriminatory or disrespectful, but I do feel like they could have made more of an effort to embrace diversity. For my observations, I noted that the school climate was colorblind because diversity simply was not brought up. Inside the classroom, decorations, posters, illustrations, books, and other materials included colorful animals rather than people. I understand that it's a kindergarten classroom, so the students are at a young age and it's just a summer reading camp, but I do feel like there could have been more opportunities to embrace one another's differences. Just from observing and listening to the students talk to each other within the classroom, I witnessed diversity all around. Often, the students would like to talk about their lives outside of school. One boy in particular even approached me and told me that he's a chef and that he loves to cook. He went on to explain that he's Mexican American and that he learns to cook from his family. Even from this one child, I was exposed to diversity. Even his story about how he loves to cook and how his parents teach him how to make homemade Mexican food is one example of how special diversity is. Now at Troutnell, I was pleasantly surprised about how much multicultural education came into play. The teacher did a wonderful job of taking each child's individualities into consideration. Honestly, every single little thing that she did matched what I read in the text. Every lesson plan was based around multicultural education and was open for every student and inclusive of every student. She even chose readings that she felt would match her students' individual interests. Out of all the wonderful things that she did, my favorite was her community lesson plan. Basically, what she did is she asked each student to design a community based around their own personal interests. She started by asking students to name things that they felt most communities have. They ended up making a list that included a police station, hospitals, schools, and so on. Then she drew her own community on the board as an example. She personalized it by adding an elementary school, a park, a Publix, grocery store, and a church. While I was observing this, I noted that as she drew the church, she said, "Now this is my creation, so I would like to have a church, but you don't have to have one in yours." I felt that just by saying this, she was recognizing that each person has their own personal values, and she was also helping to create an open environment that welcomes each student. I felt that this lesson plan was a great way to incorporate multicultural education in the classroom. Overall, I had a wonderful experience observing at these schools. I will take my experiences and use them as inspiration as a future educator. Now more than ever, I understand that each child has something to bring to the table and that we should never hold them back from sharing their personal thoughts and experiences. Rather, we should embrace each student's differences and provide opportunities for them to open up on a comfortable level in the classroom.